Hello everyone, my name is Gurmanpreet Kargil. For my material encounter reflection, I choose to work with clay. This activity helps support creativity, fine motor development, and self expression through exploring and shaping clay. Children can use their imagination while strengthening important hand and finger muscles. I hope you enjoy watching this activity. Let's get started. I chose to work with clay and I spent time exploring the material with my hands and paying attentions during the workshop, like how it felt, moved, and changed as I interacted with it. The first thing I noticed about the clay was its texture. It felt cool, soft, and smooth when I touched it. As I pressed and shaped it, I noticed that it responded to even small movement of my fingers. Sometimes it felt firm and other times it became softer as I continued working with it. The clay seemed to have its own flow and movement. As you can see, I started making balls to make my snowman through with the help of clay. The clay seemed to have its own flow and movement, changing shape with every touch. The material invited me to participate because it was open ended. There was no right or wrong way to use it. We can use clay in any way, we can make everything with the help of clay. I felt curious and wanted to keep exploring what I could create. The more I worked with the clay, the more I wanted to experiment with the different shapes, patterns, and forms. It encouraged me to slow down, focus on the present moment, and pay attention to the process rather than the final product. As you can see, I started writing down the first letter of my name on the clay and I rub with the water, and I really enjoy to do this activity because it's like a blackboard, and I really enjoy it. And I also noticed that the clay responded to me in a different ways. When I applied pressure with the brush and with tools, it stretched, flattened, or folded. When I used gentle movements, it held delicate details and textures. These interactions felt like a conversation between me and the material. Rather than controlling it completely, I had to pay attention to how it reacted and adjust my actions accordingly. What is most important to me about this interaction encounter is the idea of connection. Working with clay reminded me that learning can happen through exploration, creativity, and sensory experiences. I really enjoy with clay, like how I make things with the clay, how I use the tools, and one quote from Kind 2015 in Material Encounters that connects to my experience is that materials are not just passive tools. They actively participate in the learning process. This helped me to understand that clay was not just something I controlled, but something that influenced my thinking and actions during this encounter. Like it influenced my actions, thoughts, and discoveries, everything. Overall, this material encounter helped me slow down, become more mindful, and appreciate the relationship between the people and materials. It reminded me that learning is not only about outcomes but also about the experiences, cautions, and discoveries that happen along the way. Thank you for listening.